U.S. President Donald Trump tells Congress, "We've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace," in Ukraine, Trump said. Wouldn't that be beautiful? According to Associated Press, Trump also highlighted the return of American Marc Fogel, who was detained in Russia and returned mid-February. Fogel was arrested in August 2021 and was serving a 14-year prison sentence. His family and supporters said he had been traveling with medically prescribed marijuana. Seated Democrats joined Republicans' standing applause for Fogel. Trump recounted how he had traveled to Fogel's hometown of Butler, Pennsylvania, and met his mother before walking onto a stage during a campaign event in July 2024. Minutes later, shots rang out and a gunman attempted to assassinate Trump. The wife and daughters of Corey Comprator, a firefighter killed by gunfire at that Trump rally, received uniform bipartisan applause when Trump addressed them in the audience.
We've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Marc Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight. To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Marc Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. Thank you. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that. Thank you. Thank
The powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un threatened Tuesday to launch high-profile provocations in response to the arrival of a U.S. aircraft carrier in South Korea and other U.S. military activities, which she slammed as confrontation hysteria of the U.S. and its stooges. The warning by Kim Yo-jong implies North Korea will likely ramp up weapons testing activities and maintain its confrontational posture against the U.S., though President Donald Trump has said he would reach out to Kim Jong-un to revive diplomacy. In a statement carried by state media, Kim Yo-jong accused the U.S. of clearly showing its most hostile and confrontational will to North Korea with the deployments of the USS Carl Vinson and other powerful U.S. military assets and U.S. South Korean military drills this year. The DPRK is also planning to carefully examine the option for increasing the actions threatening the security of the enemy at the strategic level to cope with the fact that the deployment of U.S. strategic assets in the Korean peninsula has become a vicious habit and adversely affects the security of the DPRK, she said, using the acronym of North Korea's official name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Her statement suggests North Korea may test-launch powerful missiles designed to strike the mainland U.S. or American military bases in the region, observers say. South Korea's defense ministry warned later it's ready to repel any provocations by North Korea based on a solid military alliance with the U.S. A ministry statement called Kim Yo-jong's warning sophistry, meant to justify her country's nuclear development and future provocations. On Sunday, the USS Carl Vinson and its strike group arrived in South Korea, the latest temporary deployment of a U.S. strategic asset aimed at displaying the firmness of the U.S. South Korean military alliance in the face of North Korean threats and boosting interoperability of the Allies' combined assets. The U.S. carrier's arrival came 4 days after North Korea conducted cruise missile tests, its fourth missile launch event this year. North Korea views arrivals of such powerful U.S. military assets in South Korea as major security threats and often responds with missile tests. North Korea hasn't directly responded to Trump's overture, but alleged U.S.-led hostilities against North Korea have intensified since the start of Trump's second term in January. Experts say Kim Jong-un won't likely embrace Trump's outreach anytime soon, as he is now focusing on his support of Russia's war against Ukraine with supply of weapons and troops. They say Kim could consider returning to diplomacy with Trump when he thinks he cannot maintain his country's current booming cooperation with Russia.